Hello Seekers, welcome to Punneit Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. We are now into the year 2020, so here is my wishes, my best wishes to all of you to have a graceful, to have a happy, healthy and prosperous new year 2020. Now let us understand how the first month of 2020, which have one massive transit in store at the end in 24th of January 2020. The movement is of Saturn out from the Sagittarius and into his own home Capricorn. One transit that we all of us are waiting since last more than 2 years, because now for the next 5 years Saturn will be in its own zodiac of Capricorn and then into Aquarius. So what this January has in store for us, so let us try to find that out. And remember, this is a transit analysis on the basis of your ascendant, and this is a generic analysis. So once you go through this video, if you want to jump to your ascendant, the timestamp is in the description box below. You can watch the general analysis before and then skip to your ascendant to get very precise and a kind of a peek view into what is going to happen for you in the month of January 2020. But before that, do not forget to hit like, subscribe and share and hit the bell icon, because that's what keep you and me stay connected. So guys, subscribe, stay connected. So first of all, we have to analyze the planetary movements in the month of January 2020. Sun, as we all know, moves in the middle of the month from one zodiac to another zodiac. So Sun will move what we know as Makar Sankranti, that means the transit into the sign of Capricorn in the middle of January 2020. Next, the bigger movement is of Shani. Shani Saturn will move from Sagittarius to the sign of Capricorn at the end. Now here is what you have to understand. Right now Sun and Saturn are together. Sun will move out from Sagittarius to Capricorn around 16th of January. Then 15th of January. But then Saturn will after 10 days move into the zodiac of Capricorn and join Sun once again. So what is happening here is there is soulful transformation, first through dharma and then through karma. Now I am going to focus a bit on the Sun-Saturn conjunction here. Right now Jupiter and Ketu are permanently placed in Sagittarius. Ketu will make its move out of Sagittarius in September 2020, but for January, for the entire month, Jupiter and Ketu are hand in hand. Then you have Sun and Saturn. These four major planets are present. So where Sun, Saturn and Ketu will obviously form the divine trine, whereas Saturn, Jupiter and Ketu will form the divine trine, whereas Sun will be the Atma or the soul. Now what happens here is that the Atma or the soul gets all the nourishment, all the information, all the spiritual backing, all the karmic and dharmic information, and what to quit and what to keep in this 1 month. So now when Sun shifts from Sagittarius to Capricorn, this shift is a major shift because Capricorn is the natural 10th house and Sun is very powerful in Capricorn. It is Digbali. Because Capricorn being 10th from Aries, Sun gains a lot of strength there. Because you all know that's the afternoon sun, 12 to 2 p.m. The scorching heat of the Sun is present in that zodiac. Sun, who is reigning supreme in that sign, will again find Saturn coming behind. So now the soul which gains the strength also gains the strength of Saturn, and which means karma and the soulful transformation. So right now you are learning something. You are trying to understand something. You are trying to think what to keep and what to shed off. You are trying to go through that transformation. The soul is right now churning itself and trying to cleanse itself and come out in a very purified state. When it goes to Capricorn, Saturn will put this learning into action, and what you will see is the activity going on in your life that you are right now preparing for. So if that 10 day of Saturn transit, before Saturn transit, the Sun transit, that 10 day is very, very crucial. because that 10-day of Sun transit into Capricorn will activate a lot of channels in your life, will activate your soul, will activate your energy, and you will come out of all of the churning while the Sagittarius is kept along with Jupiter and Ketu. Now the Dharma and the Karma now has a very separate entity towards the end of January. The Dharma house have only Jupiter and Ketu, all other planets will move out by the end of this month, and Saturn and Sun will be combined in the sign of Capricorn. Also, if you see, Venus, which is right now in Capricorn, will move into Aquarius, and Mercury will just join by the end. So this complete formation in Sagittarius, then Capricorn, and then in Sagittarius, Capricorn and Aquarius, and with one Mars inching closer to the end of Scorpio, will have these four zodiacs come into action. Sun and Saturn there will again work together. Ego will be vanished, but self-respect will be regained. So if you are dethroned, this is the time when the throne is received back. You gain what you have lost, respect, dignity, whatever you have lost, you gain it back. But this also shows conflict of interest with father figure, conflict of interest with government, authority, boss. But what you have to do is be polite, be genuine, no fakery must be involved here, and you must identify yourself as a pure soul, and then you will get to know what you need to quit in order to get what you need in life. So this 1 month is going to be a very active month for almost everybody, because Sun is very active right now. Sagittarius is one of the most impacted zodiac, because right now 5 planets are in this sign, and this is going to be for a certain period, and slowly each planet will move out. So things will start getting unfolded. Things will unfold right in front of your eye, and things will become easy for you. So here, what is the takeaway? The takeaway is that you have to keep your ego aside, you have to keep your anger aside, and what you must work for is soulful transformation. Any change that is necessary, do it now. Anything that you should do but you are not doing, it is the time to pull up your socks and put it into action. Jupiter and Ketu in the sign of Dharma will ensure that you do not deviate away from the Dharma. Yes, but you should not also follow blindly, because Sun and Saturn are very close. So this is kind of heavy on the Sun. I call it as an astrological fever, because Sun, which is the fire, gets the coldness of the Shani. But remember, this time it is the house of Karma. So you can't deviate away from the Dharma to perform your Karma. Otherwise, Mars is in the natural 8th house, the house of death, which is inching towards the Gandanta point. So when Mars goes towards the Gandanta point, your energy will collapse. Your energy will no longer be with you. And because of this triple formation of, you can say 7 planets in 4 zodiacs, which is spread out from 8th house to 11th house. 8th to 11th from the Kal Purush is very important for any kind of financial gains, for any kind of travel, for any kind of career changes. So this is the theme of this particular month. So the month of January is going to bring you a lot of changes in your life, but these changes will not be drastic or dramatic. These changes will be gradual, because these are the changes brought together by Shani. So this is like, it's not like something new will happen, but it's like what you have been planning for so long will be executed. Yes, because of Shani, things may get delayed. You have to be careful on that. Things may get a bit slow. Things may get not up to the mark. So you have to really be a perfectionist to actually reach to the position that you want, because Saturn would want you to work harder. So this time, this particular month demands hard work, demands round the clock work. So you may get tired, you may get exhausted, you may also feel that I'm not getting the sufficient amount of information because of the Jupiter-Ketu binding in the sign of Sagittarius, because Ketu is blind and Jupiter is wisdom. This also shows some blind wisdom can come in your life. You have to be very careful from that part. You have to be extremely careful with what information are you enlightening yourself. What kind of information from the society, from the surroundings, from the people you are taking, because this is right now trying also to deviate you so that it can test whether your path is correct or not. So you can say that it is like the one misleading statement in the problem which actually deviates your thoughts into believing that the question demands an answer from area B, whereas the question clearly mentions that the problem is from area A. But that one statement will mislead to B. So you have to be very careful while you take some information, some wisdom in your life, and you have to be very analytical, very polite, very down to earth and grounded. Your sun, that means your Atma, should be with the roots, with the earth, which is the Shani, and therefore by grounding yourself, by being very practical, being very methodical, you will be able to achieve what you want to achieve. The month of January has a lot of promises in place, because you can see that 9th house, 10th house and 11th house has 6 planets in it consecutively. So these 3 houses from the Kalpurush is definitely activating the entire month of January, and it will be very positive for you. So put your actions into place. Do not hesitate. If you have planned enough, if the things are rightfully placed by you, by your karma, you are going to get the karma phal. So January 2020 is going to be the preparation for the entire 2020, and you will get the karma phal of what you always wanted to get. So this karma phal is going to be very crucial for your success, for your benefits. But yes, because Sun is in impact with Saturn, you have to take care of your health. Mars in the sign of Scorpio will also agitate you. It will also give you a lot of anger. So there will be a lot of angry confrontations in your life. The boss can get angry, the juniors can get angry, father can get angry, your supervisors can get angry. There can be problems from dealing with people who are working under you. So you have to be a true leader. You have to be a true personality in order to handle all these situations with a very calm and sane mind. Mars will play its part to give you the energy, but this energy will be reckless. This energy will be of the energy of Scorpio. So you will be like very active in taking decisions, but Sun and Saturn will create doubt in your mind. Jupiter and Ketu will create question whether the wisdom is right or wrong. So you will have this month full of doubts also, and after the doubt will come the clarity. So initially there will be doubts whether whatever I am doing will fructify properly or not, will it happen properly or not, but soon you will understand that things are actually falling rightfully in the place where they should be. But that initial anxiety, initial Martian energy will flourish, and that you have to control. You have to be very careful of your anger, very careful of what your response is, and you have to be very active in performing the right task at the right time. Shani is the Kal, so time is a very important factor. Time management, anger management, structure and discipline. If you follow that, the kingdom will be yours and you will be the king of your own life. So this is what January 2020 has in offer, has in store for all of us. Let us go into the very quick one-liner ascendant by ascendant analysis. Again, the timestamp is in the description box below. If you want to jump to your ascendant, just click on the timestamp in my comment section and the description section, and you will jump directly to your particular ascendant. The first ascendant is Aries. So in case of Aries, the 4 houses that are impacting is the 8th house, 9th house, 10th house and the 11th house. Now Sun and Saturn are in your 10th house. If you see that your actions will be carefully scrutinized, and this will also impact your image in society. 10th house is the career, the name, fame, that is the designation. So this definitely shows that the career transformation can happen, but also you can be defamed if you do not follow the right path of the dharma. So be very careful. Stop all confrontation with the bosses. Take care of your health. Anxiety and depression will be your biggest enemy. So what you have to do in this case is activate the energy channel, direct it positively, go humble, lay low, and this will create the biggest impulse in your life and will lay the platform for 2020. For the second ascendant, Taurus ascendant. Now in your case, if you see that the Mars is present in your 7th house, whereas Saturn, Sun will be in your 9th house, Jupiter, Ketu in your 8th house. Now in this case, you have to understand that conflict in marriage can come into picture. So in marriage, avoid any kind of anger, any kind of ego, any kind of disrespect. Disrespect should be dealt with, but any kind of ego has to be kept separate. Jupiter and Ketu in the 8th house shows diversification of investment, so you can actually plan for a proper investment here. If you're planning to open a new business, it is always ideal that right now if you're planning something, it must be a very big change for you. So in that case, you must take an astrological consultation with any learned astrologer, at least to get to know if your Mahadasha and Antardasha suits you. If you're getting new relationship at this point of time, understand that relationship is there to transform you. So being stubborn is out of your question. So you have to be very flexible, very mobile and very agile in dealing with things especially related to business, marriage and health. The third ascendant is of Gemini ascendant. In case of Gemini, remember Sun and Saturn is in your 8th house. Now for you Geminians, Sun rules your 3rd house. So in this case, 3rd house Lord is in the 8th house, so your action must be grounded. You must focus on the areas where you have not yet focused. Sun in the 8th house enlightens that area which was till date either hidden from you or you closed your eyes thinking that area or that problem will never come to you. So this is the time where you face your fear. Jupiter Ketu in the 7th house may mislead you. You have to be very experimental with your knowledge. You may have to try different things. You may have to go for a hit and trial method. But Mars in the 6th house shows presence of enemies as well as situation which can act as an enemy. So you will conquer that. That thing will transform you. So facing the reality, facing the challenge in January 2020 is the key for the month. For the next ascendant, which is Cancer ascendant. In case of Cancer ascendant, Sun and Saturn is in the 7th house. So therefore the environment has to be very disciplined. The people which you deal with may be a bit heavy to deal with, very bit difficult to deal with. So in this case, you have to be very polite while dealing with people, while dealing with your surroundings. Don't try to change anything, but just organize your home, organize your office desk, organize your mind and declutter yourself. Jupiter and Ketu will be in the 6th house and Mars will be in the 5th house. So 5th house Mars will ensure that you must learn something in the month of January 2020 that will change the course of your life in the near future. So whatever opportunity of learning comes into this particular month, you must ensure that you do that. You must change the way you express yourself, and also you will see that there will be people who will be trying to give you a lot of information during this time. Just listen to it, process in your mind and take what is necessary, and just ignore if you feel that information is not there for you. So what you have to do is just lay low, be very polite, and most probably the entire month will be a kind of a peaceful month for you. The only thing that you have to take care is no confrontation or ego clashes should be there in your office area or in your personal work, especially in your career. If you're trying to ask for promotion, if you're trying to ask for a change, be very polite, be very methodical and be very genuine. That will help you in the long run. Next ascendant is the Leo ascendant. In case of Leo ascendant, your ascendant lord itself goes into the conjunction with Shani. Now this happens in the 6th house. This means any loans that you have in your life, be it karmic, any pending task, any task which is in the regular routine, if you are not in routine, that has to be structured. Any pending task must be completed. 2020 will give you a peak view in your prarabdha karma. So for this time, till this date, you were like, I'm egoistic, I have all that I can do. But this month will give you a realization that there are a lot of things that you can't do. In fact, there is no single human in this planet who can say, I can do everything. There are areas in which he is totally incapable. So you have to be very much sure that you do not show any kind of extreme pride or ego on knowing things, because Saturn in the 6th house may bring somebody or some event that will break that pride. So you have to be very humble, very polite. But yes, 6th house also means daily activity and health issues. So you have to be very positive in your daily activity, follow a particular structure of routine, and you have to follow a proper food diet in order to maintain your health. Yoga will be a very good option in this case. And what else you have to understand is that the Mars will be in the 4th house, so you may feel a lot of anxiety. Control that anxiety, and especially do not try to be very possessive towards your spouses and partners. Next is the Virgo ascendant. In case of Virgo ascendant, you see that the Sun and Saturn is placed in the 5th house, Mars is placed in the 3rd house, and Jupiter and Ketu is placed in the 4th house. This means that in order to learn something, in order to feel comfortable, you will try to acquire a lot of information, acquire a lot of knowledge. You may feel that you are underconfident and you may feel less confident about things that you know. So you will be like, I want to act more, I want to think more about my productivity, which is good, and you must plan it through. Don't shoot arrows in the dark, and what you have to do is you have to plan your day and go day by day. You are already a practical ascendant and you must go in a very day by day routine, because otherwise Venus and Mercury, which will be in the 6th house by that time, will make you very much uncomfortable. Unnecessary action should be avoided, but yes, if there is any transformative action that you should take provided your Dasha and Mahadasha supports you. Especially if you are willing to change your life, willing to come out of the comfort zone, this is the right time. So this is the time where you actually focus on acquiring more knowledge, learning, upgrading, upskilling, and doing something which changes your life. So 2020 January will be a month of change for you. Next is the Libra ascendant. Now in case of Libra ascendant, what you see is that Mars will be in the 2nd house, Sun and Saturn will be in the 4th house. Saturn is very strong in this house. So this time you will not feel confident about your home. So you would want to change few things related in your home. You would also want to be, you would also want to structure things, organize things, maybe rework things in your, or especially the furniture in your home. You would have this quarrel or clashes over property, and you would want to buy a new property in your name, maybe out of dignity and out of self-respect. 2nd house Mars ensures that whatever you will talk will have a great impact on your life. So be very careful with what you talk. Always talk with dharma, because right now out of the ego, or maybe because of the pain that you may go in this particular month. Now this is not for everybody. For those to whom it belongs, you must be polite. You must keep quiet. And the 3rd house Jupiter Ketu shows that you will try to explain, but you will not be able to express. So it will come out as anger. It will come out as curse. So you should not curse anybody at this point of time. You should be like, I am Libran, I am a balanced personality. So I need to balance and weigh my words, weigh my actions before I actually do something. But overall this month is going to be good, a bit heavy, but overall good. You must be in a position where you are ready to come out of the comfort zone or work towards creating a new comfort zone. So this is how it is going to be. Now coming to the 8th ascendant, which is the Scorpio ascendant. Mars is going to be on your ascendant. You will be all charged up, fired up, full of energy. You want to change everything. You want to completely take revenge of things. Just control your anger. You will be the most angry zodiac sign in this month. But Sun and Saturn in the 3rd house will ensure that your actions are not taken without thinking the consequences. So what you have to do is, first of all, you don't try to prove yourself. Because Sun and Saturn means you want to prove your ego. You want to prove a point here. Don't do that. Just relax. Let this month go. Let Saturn make its transit a bit more into the month of Capricorn, because for the most of the month Saturn will be in Sagittarius. So it will be clubbed with Saturn, Jupiter and Ketu. So you are trying to speak more, you are trying to prove by talking, you are agitated, you are anxious, and you want to do things that must turn in your favor. But Sun, which is your 10th house, does not allow. So karma is kind of in a trapped position. So you will feel like, I don't have any other way to go, I only have one way. So you will have this motivation to proceed, but there are walls all around you. So what you have to do is, don't hit the wall, but try to find a gate. That's only one way, but that is the only way out. So that is where you have to focus. Focusing on the right direction, on the right solution will work for you, but focusing on the problem is of no use for you. Now coming to the 9th ascendant, which is Sagittarius. In case of Sagittarius ascendant, Jupiter and Ketu and Saturn will move out of your ascendant. So you are the most impacted zodiac in all of the 12 zodiacs, because Saturn, which is on your ascendant, which is the third and the second lord, goes out, moves into the second house. Jupiter and Ketu will be well placed on the first house. So you will have a very good vibe in this particular month. You will be out of the pressure. This mental pressure of Saturn sitting on the head is going to go away. You will be more disciplined and more calculative on your words. You will be more focused on the food diet, and you will get what you deserve. Second house means the gains of life. So Saturn is preparing for you to get what you should get in this life, what you deserve. So be it the good or the bad, depending upon your karma, Saturn will decide that. Because Saturn is going into the second house, you should be very careful about what you eat, what you speak, and what values you carry. Because Saturn will definitely watch over what values you want to give to the society. So here, public service is going to be a good option. Mars in the 12th house will ensure that you spend something for the betterment. So now you will start spending on yourself more, but you should be very careful about that, because this may have this capacity to overspend about something which you don't want to. 12th house means take care of your health also. Just go slow. You will not be able to sleep. There will be a lot of sleepless nights for some, because Mars in the 12th house shows subconscious activation. This is good if you meditate. So for all Sagittarians, I would request you to meditate a lot in this particular month, because this will give you the upliftment. Right now there are 5 planets on your ascendant, so there is no point taking a proper decision right now. A decision which has been made previously should be carried forward. If you want to decide something, just wait for some more days. Maybe get your horoscope analyzed and see if the Dasha Mahadasha supports you. If yes, then you can take some decision, but if no, just wait. Let the few clutter gets decluttered, let few planets move out, and then you will find yourself in the best possible situation. Next ascendant is the Capricorn ascendant. In case of Capricorn ascendant, Sun will be on your ascendant along with Saturn. So you are gaining the strength. Your ascendant lord, which is in the 12th house, is now coming onto your first house. Now you also see that in your case, the 8th lord is going into the first house in the transit, and then ascendant lord comes into picture. So which means you will quit something, you will leave something behind, then you will have some change in your life, and then you will regain something. So which means for you to get something, you have to leave something behind. Now this is a very big statement. You must understand what you are leaving behind. So you should only carry forward with things which is necessary for you in 2020, and do not carry extra load on your head. Otherwise it will be too heavy for you. Jupiter and Ketu in the 12th house will ensure that you will get a lot of thoughts in your mind, and you will get a lot of blind plans, like you don't know how to execute or how to put into picture. So here I would request you to do a lot of dream analysis in your case, and take a record of all your thoughts, because out of 100 thoughts that may come in your mind, one thought will change your life forever. So it is better to document them, because Ketu is blind. Ketu will give you on and off a lot of information. To assimilate that information, it will be a big task for you. So first of all, you should know yourself. So this is the month where you understand what's good for you and what's bad for you. Next is the 11th ascendant, which is the Aquarius ascendant. In case of Aquarius ascendant, Saturn, which is in the 11th house, goes into the 12th house. Now you have a very unique kind of transformation, because 11th lord is already in the 11th house. Lagna lord goes into the 12th house, but in 11th house there is Ketu. So which means resetting of expectation. I have already discussed about this in my Saturn transit video. You can also refer to that video. The link is in the description box below. But again, I will reiterate the fact that in January 2020, your expectations will change forever. There is a list of expectation, there is a list of hope that you have that is going to transform, and you will face the reality. Saturn in the 12th house will ensure that your mind is stopped. You stop your journey and maybe turn around, take a different route, take a different path, and that path will lead you to success, because ultimately Saturn is in his own home. Because Shani is trying to go into the 12th house from 11th house, it will act in your best interest. So what you have to do, maintain patience, have discipline, have structure in your life, and maybe there will be a career change or a source of income change, or relocation can also be a possibility here. So thinking and considering all this, you will be the ascendant which will be impacted in a very different way than all other ascendants, because for you it's kind of things may appear very difficult, but actually they are all acting in your favor. And finally, the last zodiac, which is the Pisces zodiac. In case of Pisces zodiac, Sun and Saturn will have a conjunction in the 11th house, whereas Jupiter and Ketu will be in the 10th house. The two houses that are impacted are karma, including the dharma, and the karma, including the income. That means Sagittarius, the dharma, in the 10th house, which is karma, and Capricorn, which is natural karma, goes into the 11th house, which is gains. So it's all about how dharmic you are. Your ascendant lord is with Ketu in the 10th house, so you may be like sacrificing yourself, sacrificing your happiness, sacrificing your dreams and desire for somebody else. But here is the precaution that you have to take. Sun and Saturn will say, do sacrifice, but do not become a doormat. What you have to do is identify the true picture, the true value of yourself. Mars in the 9th house will guide you. This Mars will transform you through dharma, so you must ensure that you think a lot. You are already a zodiac of a lot of thinking, deep thinking and analysis in a very emotional and sentimental way. So you need to get touch with the sentiments of your own soul, sentiments of your own self, have a belief in yourself that you can perform, and then you move ahead with full power. Sun and Saturn will ensure that you can do what you actually wanted to do. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching. For all the ascendants, do like, subscribe and share and hit the bell icon so that you never miss another update. Lot more videos coming soon. Explore my channel for more videos. Until then, goodbye.